Good morning, Stitch Roadies. It's been a bit, hasn't it? This has been a busy 2+ weeks, let me tell you. But nothing but a good time, but crazy weather. And I know many of you have been in the thick of that weather. It was like spring was going to come in with a roar, wasn't it? You'll have seen at the beginning of this video some photographs that G put in a slideshow of some old cross-stitch that I did. I took a trip down to my sister's house, and I went there to mainly go to performances of Phantom of the Opera that her oldest grandson was starring in, and it was absolutely an amazing event. Now, my sister's daughter-in-law's, here, you're going to maybe need a pencil and paper to keep track of this. My sister's daughter-in-law's brother is the music director and choir director at the local high school, and so he puts on with the students a play every year. And he decided, because of the strength of the voices that he had in his choir, that he chose Phantom of the Opera. And I have seen it on the big stage with professional actors, and I'm here to tell you, first of all, I'm a fan of the whole music in Phantom of the Opera. I even have a CD that has the music. But to see young high school students put this performance on, it was, I mean, I was brought to tears. Not only because my sister's grandson had one of the starring roles, he played Raoul, but it gave me hope for the world. In a different kind of way, seeing all of these young people who put in such time and work to create this beautiful performance, it was it made me be ever so hopeful, this crazy world that we're in. So I went to 2 performances while I was there. But we also, before the whole performance thing started, we also went further down south to the Central Coast, and mainly to visit our old stomping grounds, because that's where we grew up, and visit the cemetery where my parents are residing, and also the area where my mother-in-law's ashes, we scattered my mother-in-law's ashes. So it was a journey down memory lane, let me just say, and a lovely one at that, because for all the crazy weather that was happening, we had 2 perfect days down there. And you know, sometimes when you go back in time to your childhood, there are some good memories. Let me tell you. And so if you want, you can see even more photographs on my Quilt Roadie channel, which is the Quilt Tube. G will put even more photographs over there, because I also visited a quilt shop in Pacific Grove, and I got to see a high school classmate while I was down there. Yeah, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that we're still around. So, yeah, so you can go over to QuiltTube, Quilt Roadies, and see that. know that I saw on Instagram that someone posted that they had been unsubscribed from all the channels they followed. So please just automatically click the subscribe button. You don't have to go through and check it all. You just click the subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, it just won't do anything. And if you aren't, it will allow you, allow me to see that you're out there. You're out there hanging in there through this journey. So yes, the trip down, I flew into Sacramento, and then I was picked up there by my sister and brother-in-law, and then spent that whole week either going to a performance or eating at fine dining restaurants, because that whole, if you're familiar with the Napa Valley, is one of California's wine country areas, and they're all about their wine and their food, and my sister is a foodie, so and she's a fabulous cook, unlike myself. But it was just a great time. And so when I was at her house, it was really a nostalgic walk for me down my creative journey, because I didn't realize that I had actually, well, it makes sense because I started cross-stitching when I moved to Bend, Oregon, and my girlfriend Robin taught me while we were working the night shift. We were nurses, and so there was some cross-stitch hanging in my sister's house from 1990, and she also had some that I had created later specifically for her, and one that I made for my mother's 65th birthday. And so those pictures are in the slideshow at the beginning. It was kind of fun to see, kind of like I think of that as my stitching in the wild, you know. It's, you wonder what's going to happen to your stuff, but in reality, it's all over in the wild, because we tend to be givers. We tend to not only stitch for ourselves, but we stitch for our friends, we stitch for our family. So I am A-okay with all that I pre-ordered from Market. I'm just saying that I'm okay with it. Yes. So while I was down there, there's no cross-stitch shops down there at all, but I did take a couple of projects with me. I took Summer House, which it's my go-to airplane stitching, because and it's by Primitive Hair, and because it's all fill-in. I'm doing all fill-in right now, and I don't even have to look at the chart. So here I am working away at it, and this fabric is also by the Primitive Hair, and the book it is in is Hair Seasons Summer, and I am definitely doing that one on the back too. I did nearly have a fainting spell. When I was on the plane ride back, I was stitching on that, and I have this lovely bag that was gifted to me, and I realized that my little fob thing that hangs here was missing, and I was in a panic because it's absolutely gorgeous. I was already going through my mind, oh my gosh, I gotta call my sister. I had already left my sunglasses in the security line at the airport and had to go back, so I wondered where that could have gone, where it could have fallen off. And as I was going through this whole scenario, I looked down in my carry-on bag, and it was laying in there. And you can see why I was in a panic about where it went. So I learned a lesson. My lesson is that this bag is not my travel bag. I'm not going to risk losing it again. I'm going to attach it, and it's going to be my beautiful bag that stays at home. I can't tell you, I was in a panic. I was in a panic. So I worked on that, and then the camping stitcher had invited anybody who wanted to join to do a leap year sal. Anything you wanted to stitch. And my leap year sal was Women of Honor by the Rebel Stitcher. And I had it in my Ruth bag. Let me just show you just in case you have not seen this chart. So there it is. And it has all these amazing women on there. And so on the 29th of February, I started it, and I used the called for fabrics, and I chose a Extrude Design 36 count Zweigert linen. And so I just got that corner start right there. You can hardly see it, but I think it'll show up more once I get to stitching more of the pieces. And my bag, oh, this bag, Linex Stitches made it for me, and she has a shop, or she's also on Instagram, and it's this beautiful bag with Ruth Bader Ginsburg on there. So that went with me because I was down there for a full week, and so I knew that I had to bring my leap year sal with me. Okay, what else? One day we, when we were, let's see, all the days kind of run together. All the days kind of run together. But one day we decided to go to Carmel by the sea. Oh, that brings back such fond memories, because that's where the upper echelon lived when I was young, and the houses were so quaint in the town. It's a tourist town. It's so quaint and wonderful shops. And my sister said we had to go have dinner at Dimitri's, and it is a Greek restaurant. So that provided me with a lot of choices, being vegan. And there were only two, us, my sister and I at one table in the window, and then a mother and a daughter. And then towards the end of our meal, a gentleman came out and played the guitar and sang, and it just, oh, it was so awesome. And the food was excellent. But just before we went to dinner, right across the street was a bookstore and gift shop. You know, I can't get out of a bookstore and gift shop. Those combinations are lethal for me. And so I bought my grandkids some books, and one of the books I bought for myself, let's see, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. I had bought off of Amazon a book of stickers that was recommended by someone on FlossTube a couple of years ago. And it had all these stickers all in this book. Well, this bookshop had 8 different varieties of this book, this anthology sticker book with different themes. And it was so hard to choose, but I was really worried about the weight of my suitcase. I mean, finally, when I was going to leave, my brother-in-law weighed himself and then picked up my suitcase, groaning, and said it was under 50 pounds. But I was bringing back so many books that I was kind of worried. I was kind of worried. But this book is called The Bees, Birds, Butterflies Sticker Anthology. And so here it is. And it's going to be so fun to use these stickers in my my book of days. You know, you could use it in any way you are going to be, however you're tracking. I mean, look at these butterflies, all these stickers, so many fun stickers in here. Look at all the bees. And we stayed, when we were down in that area, we stayed in, down on Cannery Row in Monterey. And I had purchased a couple of t-shirts for my grandsons, because, you know, that's what grandmas and nanas do. And in that sticker shop, I mean, in that t-shirt shop, they had stickers. They had stickers. And, you know, I mean, how cute is that? That is, I mean, such fun stickers. Such fun. Look at this gorgeous one. We were staying right down the street from the Monterey Bay Aquarium, which was very, very tempting. We just didn't have, I mean, you have to spend a whole day there, and we did not have a whole day. As you will see on the Quilt Roadies Quilt Tube channel, you know, we went to a quilt shop, you know, oh, it's just fabulous. We met up with friends, both my sister is 3 years older than me, and so we met up with one of her high school classmates, and then we met up with one of my high school classmates. And then I found this sticker for a friend. You probably know who gets that one. Yeah. I just, Bigfoot stole my beer. I thought that was hysterical. Okay, so let me think. Where am I? So I did do every morning. My sister and brother-in-law, you know, they had busy lives when we were back at their home, and they would be on the go in the morning, and I would sit, have a coffee, and stitch. Just lovely. And in their town, it was raining a lot while we were there. Oh, and so here, just so you see, here's the Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. Let's see, next. What's next? I'm looking all around me. What's next? I've missed you guys so much. So let's go through the Book of Days. I have to say the Book of Days is working very well for me because it's so simple. All I have to do is write in a square and put some fun stickers on everything. So in February, we just ran through with Summer House. I did not take the trees with me, so once I left on my trip, no trees. So as soon as I got home yesterday, last night I started backing on the trees to kind of work towards a finish before the first day of spring. So now we're into March, and I have again put my boxes here. So I have kind of a reminder of what I want to touch and what I want to stitch, not just touch. But I also thought I would write at the top, just like right up here at the top, kind of a synopsis of what has been happening. So I still have 33 whips, and to me, when I started this year, I went through all of my works in progress, and I had 33 whips. I had, so far, because I keep it on a dry erase board, and the whips, not to just bore you to death, but to me, the whips were whatever was in progress when I started this at the beginning of the year. It's not, I don't add to my whips. I just want to see if I get my whips that I started with at the beginning of the year whittled down. So I started with 33 whips. I still have 33 whips. I have 6 starts since the beginning of the year, 4 finishes. So what it tells me, what that tells me, is that my 4 finishes were not my whips. They were not in my whip line. They were in my start line. And then I had 2 FFOs. So that's going to just give me, it's just a gentle reminder, no, shaming going on, just a gentle reminder of what I have and what I have going, because I don't know about you, but that whole last week of February, I was hanging on Instagram like it was my last, my diary close to my heart about everything that was going on in Nashville market. So many wonderful things. So many wonderful things. And I know that I am going to indulge myself. Because, this is the life I get. No one's the boss of me. Yeah. So I again have my boxes. Here's my boxes for the things that I want to do every month. And then I have my sals listed. And then what the stars mean. So far, I have Summer House and Women of Honor on here. I'm loving this book of days. I'm kind of surprised because I didn't think it, everybody was always talking about their book of days. I didn't get it. Okay. What next? Well, the first day of spring is March 19th, and I will have a new start on March 19th. And I've decided that my first day of spring new start will be this chart. I think it's absolutely adorable, and I fell in love with the way it was finished. And so I ordered that. It shows how to order it on the back of the chart. And you order the frame from Paisleys and Polka Dots. It comes like this in pieces. It's like a prefabbed lightweight. It's going to work great. And so G has to put this together and paint it for me because, yeah, my valuable time has to be cross stitch or quilting. So he will have to put this together, but I'm very excited about it. So this chart here will be my first day of spring start. So any of you that are interested, it doesn't even have to be this chart if you don't want to, but a first day of spring start. We look for reasons to start new stuff. So the first day of spring, figure out what your start is going to be. Which brings me to just thinking ahead, April, Arbor Day is on the 26th of April. So thinking about trees, do I have something that's in progress that has trees that I'd want to work on, or do I want to start new trees? So many things to dream about, isn't it? I did get in the mail an awesome package from Cedar River Linen and Designs, and that's Jody, Trixie Tricycle. I knew that when I kitted this project up in my Stitch Folk bag, isn't that gorgeous? And what I kitted up in there was Maximum Cross Stitch Friendship Sampler. Now, you may all have this, but Friendship Sampler. And I already had, okay, so I had the bag it went into, I had the chart, I had the floss, which I received from Evertote, and it's the Roxy Cove floss called for. I knew that I wanted to stitch it on Cedar River linen because Jody and Trixie Tricycle is the mistress or madame, whichever you want, of Cedar River linen. And then the chart is designed by Ellen Reed of Crash Test Dummies, and both Jody and I are fans. So I said, perfect combination for that project. So I ordered, and let me tell you, when you order Cedar River linen, it comes wrapped in tissue like fine underwear from like a very expensive, you know, the kind of place where maybe a little bikini underwear costs $300. Yeah, I've never ordered there, but I imagine that it would come wrapped in this tissue paper because, you know, you see it in the movies and stuff. So this linen comes wrapped in this tissue paper and then wrapped in tissue paper that has the logo on it, and then it's sealed in a box that's sealed in a box, and it's like, oh my gosh, you feel like Audrey Hepburn if she was a cross-stitcher and ordered linen for her cross-stitch, would probably order Cedar River linen. Yeah, so that was a mouthful, wasn't it? And so here's her little tag. And so I chose 36 count Spindrift for my friendship sampler. And I don't think, let's see if you can, maybe so much light, but it's just a lovely lovely kind of it has an ever so slight pink tinge to it. Not real big though. It's very subtle, and it's just absolutely lovely. So now that's going to be a sooner than later start. Of course, Market Days is coming up at Acorns and Threads. It's Friday and Saturday, and I know I pre-ordered things, and I'm looking forward to that. This week I have a Zoom that is, I believe the Zoom this week is with Margaret who does the zune from Acorns and Threads. I'm looking forward to that. So much to look forward to, and especially looking forward to, I mean, I woke up this morning to snow. Yeah, it snowed last night. It's already melted away because it can't stay on the ground very long, but I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed that I am counting the days till spring. I am counting the days till spring. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure, please, hit that subscribe button. Even if you think you're already subscribed, just do it because something's going on with YouTube. And we'll see you in the next episode. Or if you want to jump over to Quilt Roadies, I will have a video up there in a couple days, and it will have even more photographs from my trip. So thank you again. Take care, and you know I love you guys.